Hi, Meg here from IT Stamping, and today we're going to be making a birthday card. And this birthday card is for someone in my life that likes to do a lot of sewing. So I'm using the Button stamp set. I thought that was just perfect. So I'm going to start with my stamping, and I'm using 3 buttons from Button, and I've got Calypso Coral ink, Pear Pizzazz ink, and then Pool Party. So I'm going to get those all stamped onto Whisper White cardstock, and then I've got my 3/4 inch circle punch. And I'm just going to go through and get all of these punched out. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and turn to a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, and I'm going to stamp in the Pool Party from the Petite Pears, the Happy Birthday Wishes. Alright. So now I'm going to go over a little bit on how this card is going to go together, and we're going to do a little bit more stamping before we put it all together, but I want to just kind of break it down for you. I'm making a Scallop Circle card, and so I went ahead and I used the Bigz Scallop Circle Die from Stampin' Up, this one right here, and I cut it out in Pear Pizzazz. And then I took a piece of Whisper White that was 4 1/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches, but it was folded, so it started at 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And I laid it just up to the crease where the fold of my cardstock cut off the top of those 4 scallops. So this is going to be the inside of my card. So this is what I'm going to stamp now. So I'm going to open up that Whisper White, and I'm going to start with the To Someone Who Makes Others So Happy, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of the card. And then I'm going to add some buttons around the edge there. Okay, so then this is the inside. Now we are all done stamping, so I'm going to move some of this out of the way. So I also went ahead and did my die cutting, and I used the large clear circle from Stampin' Up with some Pool Party cardstock, and then I used the Everyday Elegance Designer Series paper. This is the 2012 Celebration DSP, and I used the 3 1/2 inch circle die from Stampin' Up. Now the other thing that I did is I took a piece of Whisper White that's 1 1/4 inches tall, and it's long enough, so I started at 4 inches, and I used the same 3 1/2 inch circle to cut out this little strip right here. Okay, so I didn't layer them together first because I was afraid I'd get it cockeyed or something, but and I'm also going to do some punching, but that's how I got these nice rounded edges here. So let's go ahead and get some of these layers out of the way. So I'm going to take that Pear Pizzazz and line it up on top of the other scallops and attach that. Then I'm going to put that Pool Party right in the center of that scallop, and then that DSP right in the center of that one. Then I'm going to take that piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to take the shorter end with my scallop punch, my scallop border punch. Just going to get this lined up. Now I still do this punch upside down. It just works better for me when I do it that way. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this layered together. So I'm going to layer this onto a piece of Calypso Coral that's going to be 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now I want a little bit more of the pear on here. So this is what I had cut my big scallop out of. So I'm going to show you a little cheating trick. I want to make sure this is long enough. It is. So I'm just going to trim it right there and right there. Because I like to use up every bit of my cardstock that I can before it goes in the trash. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it right on top, just so I have a hint of that pear showing. Then I'm going to take my scissors, and you could do this again with the die if you wanted to, or do it ahead of time, but for me it was easier to just do it this way. Snip that part off and do the same thing over there. So then I've got that fun little border, and it looks terrible on the back side, but that's okay. Alright, so this is then going to go onto our card. You just want to scoot it around till it lines up perfectly with your circle. Now we're going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to put them behind the happy birthday. And just kind of play around with where you want it. I want it a little bit lower than that. There we go. And then I'm going to use more dimensionals behind my buttons. Okay, one of my favorite things in the mini catalog right now is all of the in color baker's twine. I love it, love it, love it. And so what I did was I tied little bows with them. And we don't have the Pear Pizzazz, but we do have Lucky Limeade, which is close enough for what I'm doing. So just right in the center, I'm taking mini glue dots and I'm putting them into force. I'm folding them over with my nails there. That right in the center of that one. Alright, and then I'm just going to take these and put them into the center of the buttons. And so then we have our cutie patootie little birthday card with the matching buttons on the inside. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video tutorial teaching you how to make a circle card and how to embellish it for a sewer or for anybody else. You could do this with flowers, hearts, whatever you would like. To learn more about rubber stamping for card making and scrapbooking, be sure to visit www.iteachstamping.com. And remember, I don't just sell rubber stamps, I teach you how to use them. Have a great day.